always Father's Day, we talk about we talk about forgiveness because then we're always asking people to forgive their fathers. But hey, there are some very wonderful fathers out there that would rather spend the time, focus on them, and celebrate them. So, if you're a father who needs forgiveness, in fact,
Aha, so easy.
we will not give you the opportunity this time around. But Nathaniel, yesterday I saw a very beautiful, what is it, a piece of artwork, painting, or how do you call it?
What can I call it? I think I'll call it a collage. Yeah, so my second daughter, Reina, put together, a little artwork and wrote her name, her full name at the top. And she wished me Happy Father's Day 2 days ago. And so she was having her breakfast, was getting ready to get her to school, and she said, "Daddy, Happy Father's Day." And I said, "Thank you so much." And I went and gave her a peck on her forehead. And then when I was leaving, I said, "Anyway, it's on Sunday." Talk about the whole buzz around Father's Day just reminds me of the conversation we're having off air a few seconds ago
I
about
missed that.
finding songs about men and fathers. The other day I was asking someone, Charlie, so how many songs can you find
About fathers.
about fathers and what you call it? Look, if you were told to list about 10 songs, okay, or
That
even
made-
five,
that made
you'd
hits.
struggle. Sebastian,
made hits.
yeah, you struggle to, and that alone just tells you the reality
Yep.
on the ground, yeah.
Yep.
But hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Take it in our stride.
Oh, Munjaisa. Fiji, how have you been celebrated by Brooke and the squad so far?
Oh, at least my cake will come. And then probably my flowers will come.
Oh.
Now remember, was it the last year? Yes.
Hey, so what if it doesn't come?
It will come. And then it must come.
Ah.
I remember last year I wasn't aware there was any plan like that. And it was a typical Sunday that I was super exhausted. So what I did was I put all my phones on silence and I locked myself in the room and I slept. And then the delivery guy, the Uber guy was at the security gate and then calling me. My wife was calling me. The security guys were calling me. Everybody was calling me. And then for like 3 hours. And my wife also knows not to leave anything at the security post, especially if it is food or anything.
Yeah.
Kept begging the Uber guy to wait for. I mean, it was very embarrassing. I apparently called my neighbors to come and knock
Oh.
at my door and see if I was okay. I mean, when I woke up, it was super embarrassing because I was deep in sleep. But
Hey, what kind of sleep was
yeah.
that?
But this one, I'll wake. I'll be awake. I'll sit
Waiting
front-
for your-
Yes, I'll sit in front of the house. Wherever you are, babe, I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting.
We thank God you woke up from that sleep, though.
I'll sit in front of the house and wait till tomorrow.
Because
mean,
then
the
what
next
happened
day-
again during Mother's Day was there were lots of posts on social media saying that it is Father's Day, not Wife's Day.
Yeah.
And so people were pushing for wives who are mothers not to be acknowledged. But that's also not fair. Especially so if you have children like yours who are very young, then you will have to do it on their behalf. Right? So now that you are sitting here and saying, "Babe, I'm waiting for it," it's not why husband's day.
I'm her, I'm her quasi father. I perform father.
Anyway, good to have the two of you. Do we have KOD joining us now? He is. Could you? Yeah, so I can see him from where I'm sitting. Hi, Kofi. Good morning to you.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I am good. Yourself?
I'm doing very well.
I was hoping that today you would be able to join us in the studio.
I know I was actually hoping same as well.
So
But
what
it's still
what
great
do
to
we
be-
do with the package Abina from Achedi? If you okay, don't worry, we'll find ways around that. We'll present
Okay,
it
we'll
to you
figure it
on
out.
Zoom.
We'll figure it out.
Great,
I'm never too far from you.
great.
But KOD, I thought you were gonna give me credit for making it to the studio. Especially
I'm
considering
surprised.
You have done
I
well.
didn't know you were-
your endeavors. The endeavor you put me up to at dawn today.
You
know?
have
It's-
done
I didn't
very
even know you
well.
were there. I didn't even know you were there.
Okay, great. I see you now. So last week we started a conversation. We're saying that from you fathers to daughters. And we still had a few things to talk about. So just by way of recapping, last week we were talking and then a lot of issues came up. We talked about the importance of building that bond and that relationship with the children. And all three men agreed that that's the way to go. We talked about being involved in their lives, you know. And then the conversation progressed till we got to the point where you would have your teenager ask you how you are able to identify a good man. And then all three of you, if I am not lying, agreed that it would be difficult to say that this person is a good man, this person is going to stay true, and you know, sometimes you will have to go through it. There may be heartbreaks, the experiences you will have to go through it. And then PG said that it was important that you give the child a framework so that that also doesn't mean that you may not end up with, you know, a few disappointments and heartbreaks here and there, but it may just help you to make a better and an informed, you know, choice when it comes to selecting a man. Great. So we got to the point where I don't know whether you people, everybody decided not to answer it or you forgot about it, but today we are here, so we'll get there. And it comes up very strongly, is the issue about, you know, infidelity. And it's on their minds. Some way, somehow, there were lots of young people who listened into the conversation last week. And some of them, their parents would call me and we would have a conversation that, Auntie, we're waiting for that one. Because even in their schools, the young boys they relate with in school, you would see that one moment this person is gravitating towards this person, and then another moment you see him with this other person, and the other girl is so jealous, and not a serious relationship, but she felt like, okay, I usually used to go out to eat with you and we will do this together. Now you're gravitating towards this person and they are hurt and all that. And they know these things happen in life. And so um the question from me on their behalf would be, one, again, are you able to tell if a man you are in love with would cheat on you or not? Number two, if they do, what do you do? Do you just walk? If they say they are sorry, do you just listen and stay in there? What do you do? Are you able to trust them back? They have all of these on their minds, and that's where I'd like us to start from. Let me start with you, KOD, this morning.
I think it's one, very difficult area, but as a father, you still have to tell them the truth about some of these things. Uh, like you said, it's part of us as people to be with each other, and then such low tides will take place, and it's only right for you to let them know that as people sometimes your friends might disappoint you. It's very normal for people to disappoint you. But then again, you look at them once they apologize. Are they apologizing with all sincerity? And if you know for a fact that they are very sorry for what they've done, I think everyone deserves a second chance. Really, if you ask me, yeah. So if as teenagers, I think we also need to introduce that whole aspect of forgiveness to our children. And essentially, once someone is saying that they are genuinely sorry, one would ask, how do you know that they are really sorry for what they've done? If you know someone very well, you can actually tell if they are genuinely sorry or not. So if you're with a teenage boyfriend, teenage girlfriend, and they drift off, they get off line for some time because of they met someone who's probably more interesting than you are. Once they apologize genuinely, I think that they deserve a second chance, and if they don't, let them go.
Okay, great. The issue about forgiveness and second chance, that's fine. But what if it continues? Until when do you advise them and tell them that, okay, this is a no good?
Wow, until when do you advise them that this is a no-go area? I mean, as parents, do we leave that? I'm actually asking myself this question. I mean, I've not gotten to that point where my daughters would ask me that question, but I'm asking myself if they also need to experience some of these uh, unfortunate aspects of life. I mean, life is not one straight road, but you ask yourself, do they have to um, experience it and learn from them? I think I don't even have an answer to this. Sincerely, I don't. If you ask me, you know, um, I'd probably tell my daughter if she got to that stage that um, it, it's quite tough. Let me listen to what my brothers will say about this one, really.
Okay, that seems like a tough one.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
Nathaniel.
It is.
So, first of all, this is never to justify any behavior. You know, I believe that when something is wrong, we all have to admit that something is wrong. So the whole idea of cheating on your partner and all of that is not the ideal situation, and it's wrong. However, if it happens, I mean, just like has been said already, we all believe in forgiveness. Kofi has made mention of second chances. Yes, second chances are very important. However, while we grow up, we also should understand ourselves and understand the way we're made. We should understand the way our emotions work. Our emotions relative to our relationships with other people and how we're able to handle situation X or situation Y, so that if you give the person a second chance and they go on a third, they step on your toes a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time, then it just keeps messing you up emotionally. It just keeps messing you up. Then obviously you would have to walk away. And this is if you are the type who psychologically cannot handle some of these things, because you see, these things really affect our teenagers, our younger people. I mean, there are those who do not eat for a very long time. There are those who don't talk to their parents at home, their siblings at home, and all of that. And so you need to know the kind of person you are. You need to know what kind of load you can handle emotionally, and based on that, you are able to take that very key decision. Look, I remember a story of a friend of mine who once asked me to host a surprise party for his wife at the Kempinski. What happened? I mean, he put together a very good, beautiful surprise party for his wife. I was the MC. We had one of the best photographers in town, Lightview. Kwabna Kwamda came and sang the happy birthday song. Becca came and sang, like a customized song for her. It was a beautiful thing. Not too many people, very close knit. What was the cause of all of this? It was because my friend had misbehaved so much, and he admitted it. I remember when he was, I gave him the mic to do his birthday message to his wife. And he kept saying, "Oh, my wife, I'm so sorry." And he kept going, "Oh, my wife, I'm so sorry." I mean, I wish I had a tape of that, to listen to, laugh about it a little bit. But because he told me that, look, I've messed up so many times, to the extent that one day I actually had to, she was driving. She came, caught me somewhere with another lady, and I had to, when she was driving us home, I had to jump out of the car and go and stand in front of the car. So I'd act like the car should come and hit me and all of that. So this is somebody who has had so many chances and is messing it up. And what you need to think about is how it is affecting your partner. And like I said, psychologically, not everybody can handle stuff like that. So then once you know yourself, I always like that line. I think it's biblical. Man, know thyself. You need to know yourself, and you need to know where your limits can carry you. And based on that, you either move on or you stay on and keep forgiving.
Ah, but at least you would advise that the first instance you forgive.
Well, I believe so. I believe
Okay.
so.
PG, have you read the book Love Must Be Tough by Dr. Dobson?
No, not that particular book,
Not
but I
that
read a couple of
particular
his
book.
books. Yeah.
Okay. So in Love Must Be Tough, he talked about the fact that, I mean, he doesn't believe in second chances when it comes to these things, because then it says that you put yourself up to be hurt over and over again, because they know that you're there, you won't go anywhere, you won't do anything. So there are times that you should call their bluff.
Yeah.
And if they want you, they will do everything to keep you.
Okay.
And if you call their bluff and they walk, then it means that I've forgotten about the paraphrase, says it means the relationship or was already in a coffin and waiting to be nailed.
Right.
And so sometimes, instead of just putting yourself down and saying that I forgive you, call the person's bluff. And if they want you, they will never walk. And they won't repeat it again because they know that you're not afraid of losing them.
Right.
But then if you keep saying that it's okay, I forgive you, and then, then they feel like, okay, you can't ever walk, and they keep doing it. Do you assent to that, or you will also say that, oh, at the first instance, forgive? And let's not forget that we're speaking to teenagers.
Well, Adam, so for me, when two people meet and then they're excited about each other and they decide to date, so we are not even married yet, we are just dating, I think that there are certain conversations that we need to have.
Okay.
And so it comes back to my framework. I don't like people just saying that, let's not rock the boat. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross it and then all that. No, start every venture with a plan, with a strategy, what you can lose, what you cannot lose, what success looks like, what failure looks like, And one of them is that have that conversation with them about their position, the person themselves, about their position when it comes to cheating, and ask them point blank, do you see your life, as you know yourself, do you see yourself that at any time in the future, under any circumstance, this is likely to come up? Have these conversations with them. And then you also get to pick some subtle communication being given to you. You are dating a young guy who will just tell, that's for me, I can't have a relationship without sex, I want to have sex like every month. What it tells you, young lady, is that the day you travel outside for an extended summer vacation, your boyfriend will cheat because the guy just told you point blank that I cannot leave for a month without sex. You are going for 3 months summer break.
And you have these things happening with teenagers?
Yes, but yes, these young boys,
People.
that's the only way they can get into your pants. They create this insatiable desire for sex. Like, oh my God, if I don't have sex, I'm going to die. Like, I'm just going to climb that dummy bridge and just jump and die. Please give me sex or I die.
Oh
and,
my God.
Of course, I'm just being dramatic. But yes, of course, these conversations do come up. These subtle, this pressure come up. Like we've all been teenagers before, you understand? Like, you give the ladies pressure by creating some scenario be like that,
and especially when you say that it just has to be with them and no one else.
Yes, so we create. But you see, in there are little stories being sold out there. You understand? And again, so like I said, yes, just have that framework. And once you know where the person stands and what the person is saying and then all that, just let them understand clearly that, well, I know you're a human being, and then probably the circumstances and the context in which you will cheat may vary from situation to situation. We cannot judge all of them now, and we cannot preempt all of them.
True.
Yes, now. The future, the circumstance, even among married couple, the reason why people cheat, they are varied. And sometimes we just simplify it by saying men are dogs, period. And then we just keep it like that. But we fail to see that, again, as Nathaniel said, let me just issue the disclaimer. This is not a justification of anything. But people cheat as a fact. So this is not a woulda, shoulda, coulda conversation. People are cheating. And there are reasons why people are cheating. Let's not say that this is justified, but we're just saying that their reason are personal to them.
And the young ones are afraid, so they're asking questions.
So again, that's what I'm coming to the fact that we may never be able to preempt the future and all the scenarios. But as a young woman, you need to let the guy that you're talking to understand that, listen, for me, cheating is a no-no. If that is where you come from. Because some people also tell you, I know women, married women in Accra here, who tell you that if I come and catch my husband cheating, I'll just ask him, do you love her? If my husband says no, I'll just accept him back. Period. It's a conversation that is going on there. Some people tell that, listen, if my husband goes out to go and cheat, I don't want to know who it is, and I don't want to know that he cheated. So some people give leeway, and some people, allow some margin of error in some of these things. And it is not for me to tell them that, no, change your mind. If that is your position, that is your position. And so, like, again, Nat said, I mean, if you know that psychologically you cannot handle it and you are not carved out for it, let it be clear. Because it's not for me to evangelize you to change your mind to see something wrong with cheating if you don't see anything wrong with cheating. As a woman, you understand? As in, if your husband cheats on you. Because some people also coming from certain homes where they've seen it done to their mothers over a period. But they still want to believe that they still had a good home. Their dad will go be with the other woman
And still
or
come
whatever,
back.
and then, and come back. They were sorted, everything was fine. The other woman was sorted, everything was fine. So they've come from a place where they might not probably see anything wrong with it. Again, don't forget that culture also plays a role in this. If people are coming from polygamous background, regardless of their Christian values, they know that their family is a polygamous family naturally. All the uncles married more than once. Or multiple partners, and some of them had wives and then partners. So this has become a form of their conditioning and a form of their socialization. It's not just one day that I'll sit you and then re-educate you, if that's what you believe in. But in the frame, in that space, learn to forgive, learn to let it go, and then stay. But if you're not from that place where you believe in these things, but you're also from a very, very strict nuclear family where all these things are proper, let the man understand from day one that this is a deal breaker.
Great.
If it happens while we are dating, and if God willing we marry, and it happens in marriage, XYZ is what I would do. Just issue it out there and give it to the guy. Whatever he will do with it, it's up to him.
This takes us. I have a friend who says that she's very vindictive, and she will tell you that she had a conversation with the man she was, dating, and said to him that, "Me, I'm a very humble woman, and I will lead and let me follow.
Right.
And remember that everything you do, I will do.
Yeah.
Just lead and I will follow. So you don't want us to go here, I will follow you. If you go there, I will follow."
Okay.
There's no conversation around it. I'm like, you're so insane. But yeah, and I think somewhere along the line, this was when we were in tertiary. I think she had a boyfriend who cheated, and she did too. And I mean, we all got to know. And then the guy realized that, okay, this girl doesn't just blow, hot air. I lead, she follows.
But
They
you
have
see,
had a very
the-
beautiful, stable marriage till now, because you have it that when you lead, she will follow.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, well,
yeah,
my
not the
question
right
is,
thing to
what-
do, but yeah.
Exactly my point. What does that
Do to both
what
of
does
you.
that do to enhance the quality of the relationship?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I'm very sure that if I mean, the question you even want to ask yourself is, on both sides, has there necessarily been a lead I will follow situation, and are we sure that either party has not cheated, even though that that clause
clause
is
is
there,
still
there.
that unwritten rule is there? You understand me?
Yeah.
I feel that kind of
Yeah,
approach is a little.
and again,
you know.
because this is not just unique to your friend. Trust me, it's a predominant. Let me not say it's a mainstream thing yet. It's still in the fringes, but it's still quite predominant among.
Hopefully it doesn't get into
Yes,
the
among some
mainstream.
young people, they will tell you that, listen, if I catch you cheating, I'll cheat some.
Ejo.
But what I want to say to people with that mentality is that cheating has nothing to do with your spouse. It has everything to do
It's
with
true.
you.
It's true.
If you go to cheat and then they are talking about it, nobody's going to mention your spouse that, oh, it was his wife I slept with, or it was her husband I slept with. They are
Yeah.
talking about you. It's for you I slept with. And whoever the person is, whatever social stigma or social whatever that person comes with, the person attaches it to you
Yeah.
by virtue of that relationship. So it is not about your partner. What
Yeah.
if you go out and you contract some disease?
Yeah.
What if you go out and you are caught and it becomes, something? I mean, it's not about your partner.
True.
It's about you. So, own your space.
I'll come to you, Kofi, now. But, just to wrap up on that, PG, I remember here on Home Affairs, we have said several times that the grounds for cheating may be very fertile.
Yeah.
Everything you need. I mean, it's just so obvious, and it just makes sense that you cheat. But the moment you make the decision to cheat, you own it. You can't blame it on anybody again.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the moment you make that decision, it is you own it and you don't blame it on anyone. So I just want to find out from you before I go to the next. There are two other questions that we picked from, the voice we played the other time, but some way somehow we were unable to get it. Um, Two things on love and lust, and then intimacy and sex before marriage. But before then, I just want to find out from you, Kofi. You have, like, grown up girls. And I'm just trying to personalize this for you.
Mm.
If any of your daughters was brokenhearted, how would you handle it?
I, I think it's also important for us to teach the kids that as people growing up or as human beings, there are people who would let you down. It's just normal. But you know, I'd also want to speak on the aspect of if you lead, I'll follow, or lead and I'll follow, situation in relationships. I think in the aspect of one cheating, I think that's something that we should never encourage young people to do. First of all, to have sex before marriage is inappropriate. And let me also stress on the fact that I think we've all agreed on this platform that cheating is just not right. I mean, it might happen in relationships, but it's something that is definitely not appropriate. Let me set an example. Now, a friend's daughter, was grew up being attracted to boys. Now, a couple of boys let her down, and then eventually she decided to drift more towards women, who were very warm to her, never let her down. We were always there as sisters, the whole girlfriend thing started. And now she feels that maybe she was actually born to be with a woman and not a man, based on her experiences as a teenager growing up, having been with a couple of guys who let her down. So I think that really this conversation is also very, very important to have with the young ones. Now, people will definitely let you down. That's just part of life. Even as parents, I think that there are moments we let our children down. I think I was having this conversation with Nathaniel a couple of days ago, whether we apologize to the young ones when we fault or not. And definitely we have to do that. We have to apologize to them, even our daughters, when we let them down. It's something that we indirectly also introduce to them in terms of knowing that when they do something inappropriate, they have to apologize. So, as a father, Charlie, I think I'm really struggling a bit today because I've not gotten there yet. I've not had those conversations with the young ladies growing up. But if someone cheated on them, I'd definitely tell them, like, look at them critically. How well do you think you know them? And also, people also do this, whether they forgive or not, based on what they've seen at home, what they've seen at home growing up. Maybe their mothers in relationships where their fathers are seeing, like, example of other people apart from the moms, and they know about it, and the young ones know about it. So they'll grow up with that state of mind of thinking that, oh, well, I've seen it at home. Um, Dad is with mom, but he's with Auntie Sissy. And maybe as a couple, my mom and dad are not fighting over this. They have a very balanced way of dealing with it. So maybe that's how or what life is supposed to be. And such children actually grow up also accepting things like that. But I don't think we have to encourage our children to accept those as they grow.
Okay, great. But you didn't answer my question. How would you
What was my
handle the broken heart?
I think I actually did that. People will let you down, and that's actually a conversation we have to start having with our young ones even before they experience a broken heart. Like I said, breaking a child's heart could be just telling them that I'm taking you to ice cream this Sunday and not showing up as a father. Some children would feel brokenhearted because daddy's supposed to be there and make things happen, and he let me down. What does he do? Does he apologize? You have to let them know that such low tides are also part of life, and that people will let you down. People will always be who they are, and that's what makes the world go around. Sometimes they'll let you down, but if they come back, apologize, and you can actually tell that it's sincere. Sometimes you may not know. Just accept it and let it go.
Great. I I can understand why you may be struggling today because, of course, the ones the heartbreaks that would come from daddy is still able to spin it around and handle it well. But when you look at this girl that you have loved and nurtured and everything, and then some little boy is making them feel so blue and low, I can imagine how painful that would be. I can imagine. But then, yeah, I think you waded into the question about sex and intimacy, and you said that it's a no ahead of marriage. But how about love and lust? They're also asking love and lust. They are wondering how you able to tell that this person is truly in love with me or they're just lusting after me. Maybe I mean, you want to take it or I should throw it to PG? Okay, PG, you have
Okay,
it.
that's a very tough one. That's a very tough one. It's a very tough one in that, especially for the times that we live in. You see, back in the days, 30, 40, 50, and upwards years, back, society was
Then this.
exactly society was pretty much simple. Okay, so in the same little town of say 100 people, you can count all the girls. So once you say that, it's Adam that I've settled on, and it's Adam that I want.
That's it.
Yes, either you or your parents would have done all the kind of checks. Again, there was something that we looked at back then: a woman's ability to keep home, and a woman's ability to birth, based on even the family history, and then all of that. So decisions were a little bit pretty much simple, but also well informed. And then there is now. Now you have the girls who are coming at you because they have money, girls who are extremely pretty, girls who are also available for sex. And you understand? So you have different people throwing themselves at you. And then there is this person that probably lives at, let's say, Adjungano. You live at, say, at Denta, and you didn't even know they exist. Then boom, you find them on the internet, or you meet them in some school. Back in the day, don't forget that schools were quite limited to communities, or to a central community where small villages came to. But now you have people traveling far and wide to go to school. So you are the young people are spoiled for choice, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
Again, in the midst of making these choices, there are those who are making it easier for you, and there are those who are making it hard for you. Which is why now guys really don't struggle to get girls. We don't chase girls again.
Yeah.
Because you can just be in your room and then a girl will just land on your lap. Oh, wow, thank God for it.
Can you
You just
imagine that?
get what you want and you move on. So in the same way, the young people are struggling. Adam, I have a boss who says that, hey, the way you people are now competitive, if I was your age, I'm not sure I would be able to get a man. I'll probably be single. And that's true. You get what I mean? Because now the things we look at to make a decision, they are varied. There are a lot, and it's fast moving. Fast moving. So young people are kind of confused. You wake up today, the new girl just walks into your class, and then all the guys are like crazy. Everybody wants to just leave their girlfriends for the new girl, simply because of the way she dresses, simply because of the way she carries herself around, simply because of the way she talks, or how hard, or how rich, or how pretty she is. So it's all there in their face. But if you ask me, what is love and lust, or to tell the difference, I'll tell you that for you to say you really genuinely love someone, it could be from within. When if you don't talk to them, you can't. If you don't see them, you can't. But that has nothing sexual about it. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, when all you think about is to get into their pants and you cannot think beyond the sex, that's when you know that it is just pure lust. But when you really want to be with them, because of the conversation, because of how you adore them, how they trigger the butterflies in you, how when you see them you can't probably even be, you can't string simple sentences together, like you see all that confusion and everything, and you know that, okay, so you are kind of falling in love, you want to be with them. But I would advise still that as young people, listen, there is so much that is ahead of you. While I understand that you may want to double in love at this time of the day, why don't you just probably concentrate on school, get a good qualification? Because you see, the boys you are crashing on in secondary school, you see some of them in university and ask yourself, what was I thinking? Then after university, when you started your national service in some international organization, that is when you get to see another level of men. And these boys are not flexing with their dad's car. They are not flexing with their dad's money. When you see the guy wearing a Gucci shirt, he bought the Gucci shirt. That guy is rich. And when you say a guy who is intellectually there, he is there. He's successful because he is now a man on his own. And this will also confuse you. Now, you probably look at your university boys and wonder, what was I thinking about these uni boys? Then you probably start working after 2-3 years. When you are finally settled, you're a woman on your own, your job is changed, you've traveled a couple of places, seen the world. Then you realize that, yes, now I know men. I have met men. I can actually now make an informed decision. But you see, if you, in this big world, this global village that we are, if you make a decision around 18 years, by the time you are 30, 20 years, you'll be asking yourself, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
By the time you are 25, you are changing the decision. By the time you are 30 years, you are changing the decision. That is not also to say that wait till you are in your 30s to make a choice. But please be mature enough to be able to tell A from B. You know, be able to tell the crook from the genuine, the knight in shining armor from the knight in aluminium foil. You should be able to tell the two, so that the day you say that I'm settling on nuts, or I'm settling on Kofi, or I'm settling on PG, at least it's based on some proper information. Then it is no longer just about love or lust or just wanting to have sex or butterflies, but well-informed decision.
Great.
Yeah.
Before you come in, Nathaniel, so I know definitely your position on intimacy and sex would be that, like Kofi said, it would be wait till you're married, right? PG.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. That's the ideal thing. Yeah.
But you know that definitely they might want to get intimate to an extent. Hugging, pecking, necking here and there. What extent of that would you allow?
Well, that's a very tough one. Oh, me and my girls are going to have all that conversation. Let you understand that mom and dad are never going to follow you with a camera. And if I come catch you happening, I'm not going to kill you. It's already happened. If you come back one day with tears in your eyes, or you come back one day giggling, or you come back one day glowing, or you come back one day all shy, and you tell me that, Dad, I popped it, I'm just going to hug you and say, I hope it wasn't a bad experience. Yeah, because you've had it. And I don't want to hear that you had some bruises. The guy was rude. The guy was crass, no style. And my daughter is already traumatized, and I'm going to traumatize her the more by just going gaggers. I mean, the girl has done the thing. That's it.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
because you see, Adam, all the advice I could give you, if I've given you and it's still going to hurt to do, what do I do? I just hug you, ask you, I hope it was a good experience. If it wasn't, because you see, Adam, one thing we fail to see is that the girl's first experience can traumatize her for the rest of her adult life, in her sexual life. From where I sit, I have a lot of young ladies who are traumatized, or married women, let me not say young ladies, married women who are traumatized because of their first sexual experience. So the last thing you want to do as a parent, after your daughter tells you or you find out, it's also probably just rain hell on them. I mean, they've done their thing already. What are you going to do? You understand? So the first thing is have those conversations. Let them understand that it's important for you to wait. Because you see, sex is like anything that is about our body. Once you give it out, you should give it to somebody who cherishes it. Even if the person is not going to be with you, you will have to move on, whatever. Make sure that if you look back, you can say that at the time I was giving myself to John or to George, I was making an optimal decision, not a subpar decision, not a suboptimal decision. It's not like you have 20 Ghana cedis, you are full and still go and buy pizza and eat one and then the rest goes waste. You know that I was hungry and I bought 20 Ghana cedis of worth of pizza and I ate everything. Then you know that you are satisfied. In the same way, if you are giving yourself to a man, for whatever reason, while I will tell you don't, because it is important that you wait so that the man who is respectful enough, strong enough, decent enough to come home to me and come and say, Dad, I want to take your daughter away from you. I can salute him for that. That is the expectation. But if for any reason you cannot, and it happens, don't hide it from me, but make sure again that it is happening with the right person.
Wow.
Charlie, we live in the 21st century.
Tough combo.
Yeah, we need to have these conversations for them. I mean, yeah.
Nathaniel, what are your thoughts on these?
This obviously is something, one of the things that I just wished I could postpone and like put myself in that get to the bridge and cross the situation.
God.
Last week I talked about having conversations around sex and letting them know that this is it, and all of that. Sebastian made a very important point about, time. And sometimes you look back at your life and you tell yourself that, look, if we had known as adults that this is how much time and how much freedom we would have had, I mean, we would have just taken our time and,
True.
taken a chill pill and, but you see, the kind of stimulus around the young people, the kind of vibe that they get, the kind of influences that they get, now tend to push them to want to indulge, because then they probably think that they're being left behind. And you know, I mean, look at adults today. You have your freedom. Okay, let me relate it to a few other things. For instance, the curfews. Not going out. Going out and having a time limitation. You're there at the party. It's all popping and it's all. The thing is going up the roof. The heat is there. Everybody's having fun. You're having fun. You look at your watch and you have to go, and you're so upset that, oh, look, why can't I stay at this party for long? But that's the regimen at home, and that's the standard that has been created by your parents. So you can't jump out of it because you don't stay under your own roof. Fast forward years on, you have your own job, you're living in your own home, you can come home at whichever time you please, and now you're asking yourself, oh, so here we are, we even have the time and we can't even
We didn't
use it
party
like we
anymore.
thought we could.
Oh, this life.
Yeah, back in the time, I started driving at 13.
Wow.
I started driving at 13, and obviously, you're going for a party, you steal the car, wait till, and I didn't have to wait for like the aircraft to pass, but I sparked them out of the garage. I was that daring. But then you look back, and now you actually even need a driver sometimes to drive because you are so tired. I mean, it's so much stress. I mean, you have a lot of work stress, a lot of other things that are stressing you out. So, I mean, you just want to be on your own and just take it easy and focus on the day and plan and all of that. So you need somebody to do that for you. Why am I going around in circles? I'm just bringing relative situations to this whole subject on sex and all of that. Like you said, we the reality about life is that we do not even have the ability to have the cameras on them. Even if you want to have cameras on them, you cannot have cameras on them all the time. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with some friends of mine, and one of them said, look, when you were your daughter's age, I was sharing an experience with them, and they were telling me, when you were your daughter's age, are you sure that your parents knew everything that was in your head? And the answer was a simple no, and a very big no. So in the same way, you just make sure that you guide and make them aware of the kind of responsibility that comes with having sex as a teenager, the kinds of challenges that you can have as a teenager when you're having sex. Because even as adults, there are major, major challenges, like, Sebastian has mentioned. I know it will not make any sense if we're sitting here, we're telling you, like, oh, what is uncle saying? What is he saying? I mean, how is that possible? Hey, I mean, me, I want to get, you understand me. But like I always say, it's a difficult thing to say, but sometimes it takes experience for people to appreciate some of these things and appreciate the worth of the thoughts that we churn out, because we've been there, we've seen it all, and we're saying that, look, sometimes all you just need is life and the time, and you will be surprised how much you can do. I mean, and how much fun, in quotes, you can have.
Great. And definitely, whether you like it or not, life will happen. I remember, PG talk, and somebody would say that, oh, maybe these conversations are too advanced for these young people. In class 4, my son came up to me and said that there's somebody in his class who says that she wanted him to be her Valentine. Class 4.
Yeah.
And then he said, and I said, what was your answer? I said, I don't know. And then when he said, I don't know, the girl said, you don't like me. And from class 4 to class 6, the girl never talked to him
Wow.
because she wanted you to be time,
You have,
you
you
know.
have, you have let her down.
Exactly. And so they know these
They
things, they
know.
feel these things,
Yeah.
they talk about them. So if we're shrouding them in mystery
Yeah.
and not having the conversations with them, trust me. And one of the things that I have told myself is that I do not want. You know, we have shows here on Joy FM, and you call in, and sometimes we ask people who first told you about sex, love, intimacy, and all, and they will tell you that they got to know it from their friends.
Yeah.
You want to be that kind of parent that your children will say that, look, my mother, my father, or my parents had these conversations
Yeah.
with me. I think every parent should be rewarded with that. And so we have to educate ourselves to be able to educate our children. It's a very it's a very scary place to be, you know. But I am very glad that we're having these conversations, and PG especially so, you know, the insights you shared. It would be very painful, but I guess that would just be the way to go.
That would be the way
Zero three
to
zero
go.
two two one six five four one, and we're activating the phone lines. Hopefully, we're able to pick a few phone calls, and then we have 2 vouchers from Labadi Beach Hotel to give to 2 amazing fathers who will call us today. Tomorrow on Joy FM between 12 and 2, we also have a special program to celebrate fathers in the studio. And then, you know, we're running the Dad and I promotion. It's been on for like 3 weeks, and we have winners. So tomorrow we will be doing the presentations as well. So you should know that this Father's Day, Joy FM, we have taken it World Cup. There was another promotion that was running as well, and that one has to do with Real Men Help, and that's also running on the side. So there's so much we're doing for fathers on Joy FM. You should just know tomorrow between 12 and 2, join us for, you know, a good time with fathers. But have you tried the new NutriDay yogurt? It is Ghana's newest delicious and nutritious yogurt. NutriDay contains zinc to support our immune systems and vitamins A and B12 for good eyes and mind. Try NutriDay today. NutriDay, strong every day. And do you know the capital city of Africa? Ever wondered where coffee came from? Well, you have the unique opportunity to join Adansi Travels to Addis Ababa and Dubai as they explore this amazing capital of Ethiopia on this powerful combo tour. Join us to create memories in Addis Ababa. Taste pristine coffee. PG, is that your preference?
No, what?
Pristine coffee.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, coffee is coffee. So long as it is good from Addis Ababa, we eat, we take it.
I know, right? Have great fun at Entoto Mountain, and above all, enjoy great performance from the rockstar Kwame Eugene at Dubai Desert Camp. This amazing stress-free trip is for only 8,000 Ghana cedis and covers your flight on Ethiopian Airline, 4-star hotel, Dubai visa, meals, tours, plus free COVID-19 health insurance and safety kits. Book now at www.adansitravels.com or call them on 055 6310 Don't be left out. And this Father's Day, show love and appreciation to your father and father figures with Woodin variety of beautiful and specially designed shirts. Let your father and father figures stand out in our exquisite styled shirts. Spend 200 Ghana cedis or more at any of our retail shops nationwide and get a lovely gift to make the occasion more memorable. Offer ends on 20th June. Oh, tomorrow, Nkwa. So then you have today to go to Woodin and get what you have to get. All you have to spend is 200 Ghana cedis. Woodin Le Create, and the locations are Accra Mall, ANC Mall, Junction Mall, Osu Oxford Street, High Street, City Car Park Building. In Kumasi, Woodin shops can be found at Kumasi City Mall and Edum Unicorn House. In Cape Coast, Pat Building near Kingsway. In Takrady near Market Circle, Koforigia in Antarctic Plaza Building, and in Pat Building in Sunyane. Do we have anyone on the line? Okay. So, we don't have anybody on the line yet. Let me come back to you, Kofi. Oh, I can't find Kofi. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, great. I just can't see you on my monitor. But okay, so I want to we need to be wrapping up on the conversation. You know, I don't want us to rush it, but we need to be wrapping up on it. So now let me come. I'm going to go around, you know, all the fathers in the studio, and then we won't limit this final set of advice to just the girls, because I am sure that fathers have woken both their girls and their boys up to be listening. generally to young people between the ages of, you know, now, like I said, adolescence starts around 9 years, even though at that age, they do understand, but not too much. And see, like I said, me, I have had a lot of engagements with young people, and it's amazing the things they hear. I was involved with a young boy. Like he and I were talking about a lot of things after I went to their school to have conversations, and he told me point blank that he likes older women. This is a 15-year-old boy. And I wondered why. We talked, and then apparently it was a thing he had with the house help, a very elderly woman, and that's what informed his taste. And I asked him, "So, how far have you gone with this?" He says, "Oh, Auntie, I can't tell you everything, but yeah, I've been naughty." And if he doesn't get it, then he ends up masturbating. And he tells me that is making it very difficult for him to focus on his education. Series of some of a lot of these things, you know. And there's one at the end of the day, and this person needs help but doesn't want you to talk to her parents. She's a young girl. Her Sunday school teacher spoke to me. We've tried to talk to her and everything. She doesn't want her parents to know what she's going through. But at the end of the day, you can't get any help if your parents are not aware. And so I had to tell her parents, and she got very upset. Yeah, she went to school on vacation. She just packed out of the house to go live with her grandparents because she just didn't want her parents to know. And they're going through a lot of things. They're influencing other children in schools and all that. So when you sit in the comfort of your home and you assume that, oh, they're just young people, they don't think like we do, or they're not doing things that adults do, forget it. You're just misleading yourself. So I mean, having this knowledge and looking at the fact that now there is, there is internet, and so they're so exposed. If you had the opportunity to have, a room full of young people, and you have to talk to them about just anything at all, Kofi, in just a minute or so, what would you be telling them? What would you focus on at that age? You're looking from, say, age 12 to about 17, 18, thereabout. What would you be telling them?
I think PG actually mentioned some of these things. There's also one thing that we need to acknowledge: the fact that let's not be blind to the fact that some of these youngsters are actually doing it. I mean, we've been there. I like that young person that you were talking about. My first experience was actually with a house help. Personally, I think I was about 12 years. Did my mom have that conversation with me before? Yes, she did. Did I tell my mom after that incident? Well, eventually I did. But we need to also acknowledge that some of these youngsters are actually doing it. But as parents, it's got to be more of conversations, conversations. Let them know that obviously you're going to have conversations with these boys or these girls, and once you find out that the interest has gone beyond schoolwork and family and just being there as a friend, and they're talking about, oh, I can't wait to for us to have sex for the first time. Once you hear that from that friend, or be it a girl or boy, you should know that those are the red flags. You should start thinking about taking a walk. And PG also mentioned that, well, it doesn't even start now. There are times that you get to university, and that's when you meet all these amazing people in your life. Probably sometimes you even start working before meeting them. But then again, we can also look at certain instances. We don't have too many of them to share, but I can quickly share two of them. Our former President Rawlings and Nana Konedo Ajuma Rawlings. I think that relationship started right from Achimota School. They must have been in there, well, probably like
Teens.
13, 14, or 15. Then again, let's look at the relationship between Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth. The first time Prince Philip saw Queen Elizabeth, she was 13 years, and they lived together. So, well, he moved on to glory not so long ago. But the conversations we need to consistently have, these conversations with our youngsters, is the focus more on intimacy beyond spending time to talk about the friendship, schoolwork, and what have you. And if he cannot wait, to come tell your dad, or if he cannot wait to introduce you to his parents, then it's the time is not right. I think that's one of the things we should tell the youngsters. If they cannot wait, or if they know that where they find themselves in a relationship, they cannot actually walk to their dad or mom and tell them that, mom, this is my girlfriend, then just don't let it happen.
More like if you have to hide, then it's not right. Great.
Yes. Yes.
Our phone line 0302216541, and then your messages on 055111196503022216541. That's the phone line, and then 05511119997. And our dads being the bedrock, providing that essential support for the entire family. Now it's time to celebrate our deserving dads. The Cosmopolitan Mix and Fritol Sunflower Oil brings you the Real Men Help Father's Day promotion. The rules are very simple, and if you haven't sent yours in now, I don't know, but you can still try. Send us a voice note detailing moments your dad took up rules expected of your mother at home. Submit it to our WhatsApp line, that's 0540 054 0106466, and join the conversation with the hashtag Real Men Help and get to make Father's Day memorable for your dad with exciting prizes from Fritol. Real Men Help Father's Day promotion is sponsored by Fritol Sunflower Oil. Enjoy the goodness in tasty meals. Fritol Vegetable Oil. You deserve to be well. Fortune Rice, always on point, just like mom. Fritol Seasoning Tablet. Tasty. Yeah, with you. Taste womu. Okay. And day by day, men dream cosmetics strong and define the skincare you deserve. Top Choco Spread the Energy, Akosembo Textile Limited, bringing fabrics to life. Sinlab Medical Excellence for you. Woodin Le Creator, Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice, your health, your priority. Magic Moments Vodka, make every moment a magic moment. And avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how you ensure your safe arrival. And that's our Drive Safe campaign, which is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Ghana Company Limited. Toyota, superior quality. All right, good morning. We have someone on the line. Oh, did the line just trip? Okay, while we wait for that phone call, Nathaniel, if you had a minute to advise a group of young children, what would you tell them? 1 minute.
Well, thing is very simple, that there's always a reason why rules are set. There's always a reason why we're told by our parents to go in a certain direction. And like I said, from the experiences I've had as an adult, then you realize that this is the reason why I was told to wait before doing this. This is the reason why I was told to be on the left for some time before crossing to the right. If you find yourself relating to the opposite sex, for me, I think that in all sincerity and everything, do your part. Do your part, which is be good to the person and leave the rest to posterity and to God.
Great. Thank you very much. Do we have anyone on the line yet? Okay, great. This message here, okay, I remember when we were talking, we started the conversation and we're talking about songs. This one says, I know 2 songs. One by, I think, Jim Reeves. You think, right? Father, teach me how to pray. And another song with a line which goes like, my father will lift me, turn me around. Just a wouldn't even know. Yes, PG, your final words.
What I would say, I think that Kofi and Nat have spoken to the young people. I would like to speak to the parents. And what I would say at them is that these young people, dear parents, have a lot of questions. They are looking for a lot of answers, and they are going to find it, whether you like it or not. So be the one that gives them these answers. Spend a lot of time. Build quality friendship with your children. that is the only way they can come to you when they are going through stress. That is the only way they can come to you and have some of the, naughty. When I say naughty, I mean, KNOT. KNOT, yes, of course, that naughty kind of conversations with you. That is the only way they can come and then, share their deepest fears and anxiety, trepidation, hopes and aspirations, and, disappointment with you. Don't be that person who is only known to be a parent and a disciplinarian. Be friends, but learn how to find a fair balance between being a friend and being their parent, so that there is a healthy balance, healthy fear, healthy respect, but also that friendship, because it comes in handy when they get into their teen age. It is not in their teenage when they become adults and they've started forming their own social alliance that you want to jump in the fray and then force yourself into a friendship that they will not accept. They will reject you once they get there. So before they cross into the 10s, before they cross into the 12s or whatever, just start forming that association or relationship with them, so that the two of you can be friends. They can come to you knowing very well that no matter how bad the situation is, even if you are upset, it is just going to be for a moment before everything will turn out right.
Thank you very much. I have a message here that says, this is a very educative conversation. Your panelists are just wonderful. I have an 18-year-old, and this is from Emmanuel from Amsterdam. Oh, I remember last week someone shared a message with me. Oh, my God. And I said that it was a voice note. I said I was going to play it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope I find it to share before we go. Oh, good morning, Adam. Your phone numbers. Yeah, I am told that our phone numbers are not, our phone line has a challenge. They're trying to resolve it. Weekend City Show comes up after us, so hopefully you are able to engage with them, but somehow we are unable to pick your phone calls. We apologize for that. Do you have any messages you want to, Father's Day messages you want to share, Chris? But before then, like I said, we have some beautiful packages there. Abna of Achedefie, she always, when we have special occasions, she comes in to support us and to celebrate. On Mother's Day, she brought us a very big package for Mrs. White, and today she has customized packages for you, Nathaniel, for you, PG Sebastian, and also for you, Kofi. Achadiefi House of Gifts offers unique gifts, favors, and packaging for all occasions. You can actually just call her on 05528411624. You can also send WhatsApp as well to that number. She does packaging however you want it. She will do it for you. And she's been supporting us since our 25th anniversary. And whenever we have a very, beautiful occasion coming up, she comes in. So we'll do the presentations after the show. But that has been our show. Daniela, is there anything? Good morning, Adam. Great job. My 20-year-old daughter is in level 200. Okay, hold on. My 20-year-old daughter in level 200 introduced a 21-year-old as boyfriend, and I'm totally confused.
Oh.
Okay, we have just a minute to go. Kofi, you're laughing. Is there anything you want to say to this man? We'll take her number, his number.
No.
So
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think why are we laughing? Is it because of the age difference, that 1 year difference? I don't think that's a problem if you ask me.
I think I laughed because you giggled in the background. And then he said he's very confused.
That 1 year difference doesn't change anything. If she strongly feels the two of them get on well, they have respect for each other, they communicate very well, I personally see nothing wrong with it. Just a year, it's probably some months.
Great. Our time is up. We're going now. But my very good friend Ethel Ajalulu Mafu, she has written some very instructive handbooks for boys. And she's asking that men, well-meaning men like you should find the book and then buy it. So that she's able to buy it for boys in Jamestown. Why she selected Jamestown, I don't know, but hopefully I will have her in the studio one day so we have that conversation. So everybody is talking about educate girls, bring the girls up, but she's focused on bringing up boys. That it's important that while we are asking that our daughters be good wives, you're training the boys also to be good husbands to these girls we are growing to be.
I totally
So,
agree.
FL will live long because she identifies us, the fine gentlemen from Jamestown, as the best around. Yeah, FL, big ups to you.
Big
Let's
ups
talk
to you,
about
much
this.
FL.
love. Charlie, we need to talk.
She celebrated her birthday recently.
thank
Hey,
you.
Charlie,
happy
looking
birthday.
all sweet.
Yeah.
She
Welcome to the
has-
fourth floor.
I'm
Welcome to the
telling you,
fourth
she has
floor.
this our boy in her hair
I
and
know,
everything.
right? When I saw, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I know, right? She was keeping that look. All right, we're done with the sacking us from the studio. Thank you all very much for joining us. It's been 2 weeks, and
Welcome.
happy Father's Day to every father out there.
Thank
We
you.
cherish you. We love you. We say continue to be good. Thank you, and Weekend City Show is up next. And let me also remind you that today again, Showbiz comes to you between 12:15 and 3:45 thereabout because of the Euros.